All right. What's up, guys? Let's make sure we're live here. All right. And I just come on here. I do these lives. I like to just go live. I don't like to film a video. Maybe I'm thinking about starting to film videos and then actually upload them. But right now, if you look at my channel, it's cold calling community. I go live and I just live stream cold calling, and I've done some other lives sharing my screen of how I use AI for my business with my agency and stuff. And I've done only a couple. Like if you look back at my channel, I have a playlist mindset series, which this video will be added to. And I've done only a couple mindset series videos about talking about life and mindset stuff and like an inspirational type of video. But I wanted to come on here and make this video and just do it live, like all my videos on this channel. And I just wanted to talk and talk about some things that I'm experiencing, and in hopes maybe this will help somebody. So I got my black and mild wine wood tip. So let me lower my desk a little bit. So anyway, what I want to talk about is just life in general. So I used to drink, and I'm going to try to not make this video too long. So I'm going to try to keep this concise without making this too long and drawn out, and just kind of give you the general overview picture of everything. So I used to be a lot fatter. I was always pretty fat. I was a fat kid growing up, and I always ate unhealthy, never tried to eat it like a healthy diet or anything. And then my shirt, fucking, this tank top's a little uneven. There we go. All right. And I used to be unhealthy, used to be a fat kid growing up. I was always overweight, and it seemed like I was just born like kind of like one of those fat kids, always overweight growing up my whole life. Never really got girls because of it. Still to this day, I'm 27 now, still never really had a girlfriend. I had like one girlfriend, and I hooked up with a couple girls, but not very, we don't really talk about that. That was years ago when I was still in high school. That was the old me, my old life. I used to drink and party. I had my high school days. I would drink a bunch with my friends, and I had a house. And if you asked my friends, if we all jumped on, I had them all on a call or had them here with me, like they'd tell you, like I had the spot, like my house was the spot. I had a hot tub, I had a pool table, out on a farmhouse, and my spot, like we just had these rager parties, and I'd be bumping music on my surround sound speakers in the basement. And yeah, I mean, man, so we would drink, and we drank heavy, like, straight liquor out the bottles. We smoked bongs, smoked a ton of weed out the bongs only. That's the only way I ever smoked, was out of the bongs. That's how I started smoking and drinking, was with my friends in high school. Then I moved out of my hometown, where I went to high school and stuff, and away from all my friends. And I moved out to a different town about an hour away, and I was isolated myself pretty much. And I was out of school. I was working with my dad. He has his plumbing business, working with him, hustling, working hard, but still not eating healthy, never worked out or anything, was still drinking a ton. But then I just started drinking by myself and just isolating myself in the basement. At the new house we lived at, I had the basement again, and I still live in the basement. I just moved to this new house in this new basement. But I actually have a nice stand-up shower, beautiful, glass door shower and stuff. So it's the nicest basement I've had, but I still live in my dad's basement. I'm 27. And that's to give you fast forward to now. We just recently moved not far from where we used to live, like basically the same town, one town over. But anyway, so that's where I'm at now. But when I moved out from my hometown and away from all my high school friends, I started to isolate myself, and I had no friends out here. And I would drive once in a while to go see my best friend. I'd make the hour drive, the hour trip, and go hang out in his garage and smoke in his garage and drink beers in his. And then I stopped doing that. And I was happy to just drink on my own. I would just sit here in the basement, and I would just drink a ton of beers and stuff every day, pretty much, after working with my dad, or if we didn't work with him. And I'd wake up, I'd wake and bake, I'd rip bongs, I'd do dabs, all of that. Heavy smoker for like 10 years, ever since I was like 15 in high school, all the way till I was like 25. So I'm 27 now. I'll be 28 in a few months, and I did all of that. For 10 years, drinking and smoking. And I drank heavy liquor, and I got really fucked up many nights. And that was the old me. I say all that to say that was the old me. And then God just opened my eyes, and I explain it to everyone. Like, the best way I can explain it is like God just opened my eyes. And I believe a lot of it was God. I still believe that was God working through like the videos that I've watched, like Andrew Tate and David Goggins and Luke Belmar and all these guys, Alex Hormozy, like all the greats. Like, I've just started to study, and all I do is watch these guys now. And for the last 2 years, and my mentor Pavel, which he's not as super famous or well known, but that's my mentor, and he's the one who actually gave me the actual systems. And I went through his course and taught me how to do sales and how to actually build my agency and use it through Go High Level software and stuff. Gave me all the templates and step-by-step walkthrough. So if you're looking to start an agency, check out Pavel. Highly recommend. He makes everything so clear, and he has great YouTube videos too. And he has a course through Skool, and he gives you all of the snapshots and step-by-step, teaches you how to do sales and everything. So when I was about 25, I finally quit after 10 years, from 15 to 25, working with my dad, doing plumbing, busting my ass, digging ditches, digging holes, and drinking beer heavily and drinking hard liquor and bumping sad music. And I was depressed and had a lot of bad, dark thoughts. I was lost in the darkness. Then I turned 25, and right around there, not because I turned 25, but right around that time, I started finding these people too, and I started to turn to God. I started going to church every Sunday for the last 2 years now, and God just opened my eyes, and He shined His light, and I started watching Andrew Tate and all these people, and they started to inspire me and give me all this wisdom and all this knowledge, and sure enough, I started to learn about doing website design, building websites, Go High Level software, selling this stuff to contractors, and building an agency where I can make money online. Because I also had the thought, like, how can I make money online and work from home or work from anywhere? And so that's what I did. And I started to learn about that stuff and research that stuff. And I'm so thankful to have found, that like Andrew Tate is out there, and all the wisdom that he's shared and all that, and Alex Hormozy. Look up these guys, start watching these guys. That's what I did. Start looking up, what do you want to do? Do you want to make money online? Start looking it up. Like, we have YouTube these days, and now we have AI. Like, I was just starting all this right when like AI became a thing, and I've been using it, heavily, like all the time, to ask it questions, and it helps me and has helped me a lot. So YouTube and AI, that's like all you need. And you don't even need a paid course or anything, but you can go into like a paid course with a good person. And it is valuable. You can get snapshots and exact step-by-steps and everything, and do live calls weekly with them and ask them questions on calls and stuff like that. But man, there's so much knowledge on YouTube with these wise guys. Andy Elliott, look up him. He's a great guy. There's so many more. Like, there's so many great people that you can just watch their YouTube videos and learn this knowledge and wisdom. And you can watch step-by-step tutorials on building websites and stuff, and whatever it is you want to do. And you can do that. And, you can also, you can just do that and use AI. So YouTube and AI, like, we have all of the knowledge of the world, like, in the palm of our hands, like right here on this phone. Like, you can just instantly ask AI, instantly just, look up a YouTube video on anything, whatever you're trying to figure out, and you can do it. And so I started doing that. And now 2.5 years later, 2.5 years later, roughly almost 3, I'm about to be 28 this year in October. And now I've built my business. I have reoccurring customers monthly, paying me like semi-passive income, pretty much passive income, just for having their website live and having their software live with Go High Level. And I help them get leads in through their website and stuff. Some I'm running ads for and stuff, and they're paying me more to do that. And it's kind of hands off once you have it set up, and it's crazy. And I've saved up a good amount of money. Before, I was always broke. I worked with my dad, and I blew it all on weed, all on alcohol. And I was kind of always broke and didn't make much money. Or, well, it was off and on with him. Work would be slow. We'd get a couple jobs and do a little work each month. I'd get enough just to pay like the utility bills, my part of the rent and stuff. And just enough to blow it all on weed and smoke a bunch of weed and waste all my time. And I would bump sad music, and I'd just be lost and depressed. And I would just sit there and smoke and bump sad music. And that's what I did full time. I would smoke and drink and bump sad music, and just that's all I would do. And I'd go outside and I'd explore a little bit too, ride my bike around and stuff, or longboard and stuff. But that's about it. I was going to show you on here, we have a heat advisory. No, just kidding. But I have a 77-week streak of running. And I have that right on my homepage. That's one of the only things, and then the weather. So 77-week straight that's from the Nike running app. And every week for the last 2 years, I started to run and jog 2 to 3 times a week. I started to try to eat healthier, and I've come a long way. I lost a bunch of weight. I started building my agency. I completely turned my life around. I started going to church and following God and learning all this knowledge and all this wisdom. Lost a lot of weight. I used to be 220 pounds. I mean, I'm still trying to get there. I still don't fully have the abs yet, but I'm trying to. I'm going to get ripped. I'm going to get the abs. But man, I used to be overweight. Like now I'm not trying to flex like I'm flexing right now. But this is just to try to inspire anyone that may see this. This may resonate with someone. Maybe you're drinking, maybe you're smoking a bunch, maybe you just are having this shift, and maybe you already had that shift and you're on the same track with me. But I feel like everyone is either in one stage or the other. And I really was inspired to make this video because I started to eat healthy and work out, and I lost weight. I was always fat, and I was very low confidence, very quiet, closed off, antisocial. But I had to start doing sales calls and talking to these contractors and trying to sell people. And I've had so many reps of cold calls and stuff on the phone, and it's brutal. And I've got rejected. And now I've built up confidence, and I've got good at selling and doing demo and sales calls and doing cold calls, pitching contractors. And they're not the easiest guys. They're rough, kind of a little bit rough and tough to talk to and work with. But I've done it, and it's built up my confidence and my talking and being able to confidently speak up and speak to people and to sell people and stuff. It's like it can be a good life all around skill, like having relationships. I have clients, and those are business relationships, and I have to keep a good relationship with them, make sure they're taken care of. And I used to get mad and angry, and I would rage and say horrible things to my dad, and I'd have bad fights with my dad. Even with my mom a couple times, with my little brother. And now I don't say bad things to them. For the last 2 years, I've really just been focused on my business and working on my laptop, grinding. And I pretty much keep to myself, and I work out, and I'm trying to take good care of myself and stay on the right track still, and build my business and continue to build my body, and keep my faith strong in my relationship with God and Jesus Christ, our hope eternal. But I never say anything bad, and I've realized, life is so short and time goes so fast that life is just so short and precious. I started to think, my mom lives in Arizona, and I only get to see her once in a while when she comes to visit, or if I go visit her in Arizona. And that was one of the things that opened my eyes and made me realize, wow, we get limited time, these limited precious moments in life, and time goes so fast. And time flies, and we get these limited, precious moments with our loved ones, with our mom, with our dad, with our siblings, with our friends, cousins, whatever, whoever. And we get only these certain limited times together, these limited, precious moments. And it's like we have to cherish those moments. We have to really, really slow down and just be thankful. And the last thing we want to do is, sorry, I got a message here. The last thing we want to do is be spending those moments and look back at the end of our life. Do you want to look back and think, wow, time went so fast. It goes so fast. And wow, those times that I got with my mom and my dad while they were around, and those times that we actually got to spend time together, because I was busy working on my business and they're busy doing their thing. And maybe you move away from your parents' house and you don't see them that much. So those times when you do see them, do you want to think back and think, wow, we didn't even get along, or I didn't even go see my parents that much. I didn't even spend much time with them because we just didn't get along. Or do you want to look back and think, man, I tried to spend every moment that I could, and every chance I could, I tried to spend the time and have the time with my dad and with my mom and my brothers or family, whatever. And and cherish those moments and not argue and fight with them and say hurtful things to each other, but to have good times, going out to dinner, taking a walk out in nature together, just simple things. And that's what life is all about. I've realized too, is life is just about simple things. You don't even need to really be rich in this life. Like, you can go out and, yeah, I've saved up the most amount of money and I'm making the most amount of money I've ever made in my life. And I'm not rich or anything, but I'm definitely not broke, and I'm not struggling or hurting for money. And nothing's really changed. In fact, more so recently, because of the knowledge and the wisdom that I've had, is some of the best things in life is just going out and taking a beautiful walk out in the nature. And I love to just go out and be out in nature and take in the fresh air, get off of this laptop after working all day, get out of the basement, get out of the house, go out there and just see the beautiful world God has created. I love seeing the beautiful world and taking it in, the flowers and the plants and the sky and the clouds, and just having time to think and get off of my screens. Like, that's so valuable. And it's like, man, and it's free. It's free to go out and walk. It's crazy. And it's free to spend time with our dad or our mom, unless we're going for dinner or something, but we can take a walk in the park and just do simple things and go over to their house or this or that, all spend time together somewhere and have these beautiful moments in life together and cherish them, these limited moments that we get. And that's what I've realized. So the last thing I want to do, I also just have better self-control by having the Holy Spirit. I just have better self-control, and I don't let anger get to me like it used to. I've just completely changed. I buried the old me 6 feet underground, and I'm a new man now. And I'm still far from perfect. Still, no one's perfect in this life, and it's not a perfect world we live in. It's not a perfect life. So I'm still super far from perfect, but the old me is dead and gone. I can tell you that. And sometimes I may get angry once in a great while, maybe here and there, maybe it's happened, but like, honestly, like, I never really get angry. Sometimes I get frustrated a bit, and I do get a little bit angry. If it's something with business frustrating me or something, but I really don't get angry, and I don't go and rage and start saying crazy bad things to my dad or my brother or anyone at all. And I feel like cold calls and sales calls, talking to people and getting rejected and told no and told to F off and all these bad things, it's built me up to just not react and just stay like calm. Like, no matter what, any bad thing someone says to me, or I get rejected by someone else, or if they're raising their voice and angry, it's like cold calling is like maybe taught me this lesson, and just having a relationship with God and the Holy Spirit and all of that. But I just don't get angry, and I just try to stay calm, and I don't want to say any crazy things because of how someone else is acting and the energy they're giving off, negative, bad energy. Doesn't mean I have to reciprocate that energy back into the world. I'm going to try to always be a positive person. I've just decided I'm a positive person. I want to be positive and kind and give out good energy to the world. Like with this video I'm doing right now, I want to try to give wisdom and knowledge and try to tell people like what I've been through. And hopefully maybe this will wake somebody up and help you in a way, and just give you wisdom and pass the wisdom on that I've learned, and let my story be a testimony, that may inspire someone out there. Even if it inspires one person, if one person sees this at all, that's what it's all about. But the last thing we want to do is get angry and say bad things and give off bad energy. If you start being a good person and giving off good energy into the world, that's going to come back to you. Karma. You're going to get good energy back. Good things are going to come back to you. If you're putting out bad energy and negative energy into the world, that's going to, law of attraction, it's going to come back to you. So study those things. I've learned so much about law of attraction, manifestation. This is all real, and just being close with God and the Holy Spirit, and He'll give you, good self-control and strength and courage and wisdom. And I always pray for that. And I always pray and try to thank Him for everything that He's already given me, and not be greedy and asking for more. Don't be like a beggar, always begging God for more and more. Oh, I want this. Be thankful, be grateful. Be positive. Be thankful for every day that He's gotten you through. And I was really inspired to make this video because about 4 weeks ago, my little brother that I love and I've always been very close with, and he's all I've ever had. He was arguing with my dad. He leaves a mess in the house. He's a bit of a messy person, and wasn't keeping his space clean. he wasn't paying his part of the rent. His back was bothering him, and so he wasn't working, so he couldn't pay his part of the rent at this new house. And I've been paying my fair share, and we all got to pay our part. Then he started doing deliveries with his truck and making money. And then we said, okay, well, you need to like pay your part now. And then my dad and him weren't getting along, and he wasn't paying his part, and blah blah blah. I don't know. And then he just, on an impulse, got in a bad argument with my dad, and he just took off that night. Came back with a cop to get his stuff. He's had the cops at our new house that we've lived at here for like 4 months. He's had them here like 3 or 4 times already, which is embarrassing because I've never had the cops here, and I live here. So I walk outside, and people probably look at me like, why have they had the cops there? What's wrong with this guy? Like I'm some criminal, or like it's like I'm associated with it just because I live here, but I had nothing to do with it. I've never called the cops here, never had any argument or anything. It's just been between my dad and my brother. But then he took off in his truck, and now he's out doing deliveries, and he's roaming around, driving out in the world, and he's out in like from Illinois, Chicago area down to like Michigan he went to, and then Indiana. And now he's like down in Nashville, Tennessee or something. So he's out in the world with his truck, like living out of his truck with his dog and with a kitten in a 2-door truck, pickup truck, and doing deliveries. And I'm not here dissing on him, it's like I try to do nothing but support him. And I want him to know I've always got his back, but it's a little bit just reckless and impulsive and emotional behavior. And that's what really made me realize, like, I'm sitting here saving my money, patiently waiting for the right time to eventually move out in the future, trying to stay close with my dad and have a good relationship with my dad. And my brother's like doing the opposite of that, just having a bad relationship with my dad, left on an impulse, has like no money saved or anything, driving around in his truck, asking to borrow money now. And again, I'm not here to diss on him. That's my little bro, but it's very frustrating to me. And it's made me realize the gap even more. Like, that's the opposite of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to save my money, be a good person, be good to the people, have good relationships with my dad, my mom, my brother, love everyone, do the right things, build my body, save my money, and eventually move out when the time is right. And my brother's just out on an impulse, and then he found this girl, and now he's like apparently with some random girl, and I'm sure she doesn't have a job, and she's just kind of like living off of him, and he's blowing all of his money on her. And it's like, man, that is just so ridiculous, and it's just absolutely ridiculous, and it's frustrating because here I am living in my dad's basement still, humbly, saving up all my money, and I've saved a good bit of money. Like again, I'm not broke. I'm not rich by any means, but I'm not bad off. I'm not, and praise God, thank God, because I've dedicated myself every day, and I lock myself on this computer in this basement every day, and all I do is work and try to sign clients and build my agency, and I've come so far, and all this knowledge I've learned and everything. So this is all, I say all this to say, make the right choice. Don't go out on an impulse. Don't argue with your family. Try to have good relationships with people. Love your family. Be that guy in your family that says, wow, man, he's a really good guy. All I wanted to do is make my mom and my dad proud of me. And my dad gave me a card the other day, and it was a card saying how he was proud of me and stuff. And that's amazing. That's like one of the best things. It's one of the best things, man, that you could get in this life. When I look back, knowing like, wow, I made my dad proud. He gave me that card, and I know he was proud of me. And I want to make God proud of me. I want God to look down, and I hope and pray that he's proud of me. And I'm still not perfect. I still slip up, and I still have committed sins. I sometimes I commit the sin of like gluttony, like eating too much or this or that. I've slipped up and I've watched porn. Like, that's me getting really vulnerable and really honest with you guys. But I'm not perfect. I like to say I'm not perfect, but I've lost a lot of weight. I'm in a lot better shape. I've come a long way. I have money saved. I'm making good reoccurring income. I've built my business online all by myself, but with the help of all these wise influencers on YouTube, and by the grace of God and following God. So if this inspires one person out there, man, then this 25 minutes wasn't a waste of my time. So I choose to believe it wasn't a waste of time, and it's going to be out there for a long time. And maybe a couple people will see this, maybe it'll go around and a bunch of people will see it. The more the better, if it actually resonates and you guys get what I'm saying, and maybe it'll kind of wake somebody up. And yeah, I say all that to say, as to give you a rough recap summary. It's like, don't make impulsive decisions. Try not to get angry. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Don't fight with your family and your loved ones for the limited time that we get together. It's like, I've realized we need to cherish these moments. These are limited moments in this life. This life is limited. We have limited moments together. And it's like, man, we got to make the most of them. We got to really love each other and be there for each other and support each other. And even strangers, when you go out into the world, be a good person, support people, spread good positive energy. Don't go out and put negative energy out into the world. Let's all start to help each other. Make it cool to be a good person, not a bad person, not some thug. We're all so closed off on our phones these days, and in a way it's a very bad thing, but I'm thankful to be in this day and age, to have a phone and to be able to use it to my advantage, and my laptop to make money and build my agency like I've done, to be able to text people and communicate. There's good things about it, but it's also scary because all we do is we're all so divided and closed off on our phones, it seems like, in a way. And there's pros and cons, but it's like, just be a good person, start focusing on yourself, build your life, work hard every day, work hard on your business and making money, your finances, your health, wealth, your financial freedom, eventually your happiness and positivity, your emotions that you put out into the world. And be a good person, just be kind to each other, and we got to love each other and be a good person, build our bodies, build our businesses, build our finances, and chase your dreams, save up and chase your dreams, and do what you want to do in life. Don't let anyone hold you back. Don't let anyone stop you, but do it in the right way. Save money, do things responsibly, start learning all this knowledge on YouTube from good influences like Andrew Tate, Alex Hormozy, about business and sales and stuff. And all these other guys, Luke Belmar, start watching these guys, Jordan Peterson, and start to develop yourself and completely change yourself if you need to, if you're not there yet, and become a better, good person. And you can go so far in life, and you can achieve anything you want in life. If other people have nice houses and nice cars, you can do it too. I can do it too. I know I can. You don't have to be super smart, some genius. There's a lot of people that aren't super smart, like the smartest person, the sharpest tool in the shed, and they're very successful because they just take action every day, and we just do it. And through all the no's and all the losses and all the rejection on phone calls and clients or whatever it may be, all the bumps, you keep going through all the failures, and every loss can be a lesson. So you can change that and convert that L to a W, because every time that you have a loss, you can make that a lesson and learn from it and try to improve and get better, and know that every loss you may lose 10 times, but the 11th time you may win, and you have unlimited rolls with the dice, and you can just keep rolling and keep going. And eventually you're going to lose many times. You're going to fail. You're going to have failures. You're going to look embarrassed. You're going to be embarrassed. You're going to look dumb at times. All these things, but through all that, you're going to get better, and you're going to evolve, and you're going to get better and better. And all the losses you're going to have, you're going to also win. You're going to have W's, and you're going to win. So if you never give up, never give in, you dedicate yourself, and you just push through all those losses, and you never get discouraged and let it discourage you. And you have that strength, and you talk to God and build a relationship with God, and pray for that strength and that courage and that wisdom to never give up and never quit and keep going. And man, you can go far in this life. And I've come a long way, and I have a long way to go still. I'm just getting started, but I just wanted to make this video and hopes that maybe I can start to spread my knowledge and stuff that I've learned and convert it and bounce it back out there into the world to other people. Maybe this will touch somebody. So even if it reaches 1 or 2 people and it helps you, then it was worth the half hour that I just spent. So, and if not, it's still great for me to be able to just get this off my chest and put this out there. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys. If you watch till the very end here, I appreciate it. You are on the right track if you're watching things like this. Now go out there, take action, and live the best life you can live. Be the best person that you can possibly be in all realms and all aspects. And um, yeah, make it a good life.